Welcome back. We had the pleasure of speaking to a father who is a philanthropist and an author. He joined us earlier this month to speak about his brand new book, Prove 'Em Wrong. It's an autobiographic book highlighting his journey from Jamaica to the U.S., his struggles, his triumphs, and his role as a father. Let's take a look. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Andrew, tell us about this journey from Jamaica to the United States. How did that look for you? How did that work for you?
Wow, it didn't start too good because I can tell you that much. As I detail in the book, everything changed. My dad, we were supposed to be in New York with him. When I left Jamaica, he ended up shipping us to New Jersey. I ended up have to fend for myself. Everyone basically like left me, and I wanted to go back home to Jamaica, but then my uncle had other ideas, and I ended up joining the Navy. From Newark, New Jersey, then got stationed in California.
Uh,
Went around the world on an aircraft carrier.
Whoa. What, you were in a
And
battle group, right? What battle was
yeah,
that? The Roosevelt battle group?
no, I was on a Pacific cruise. I was on the Westpac, so I was stationed in San Diego, California. So I was on a Western Pacific Battle Group 7, I think it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you,
And
appreciate
then
it.
from there went where?
Yeah, and from the Navy, I went headed back, supposedly going back home to New Jersey, and then stopped in Texas to see my sister. Stayed there for a year, and things shifted a little bit. Then I moved on and went to college in Daytona, and from college, then I came to Miami in the hopes of going back to New Jersey. But a friend of
Yeah.
mine from the Navy, his mom lived in Miami, and she said, "Why don't you stay here?" And I've been here since 1991.
There you go. You ever go back to visit?
Yeah, I've been back because my uncle lived there. My brother that used to live there, he had moved to Arizona,
Uh,
and he just recently passed. But my uncle stays in East Orange in in Jersey. So I was
yeah.
there last year. I went back and I
Yeah.
saw him. Yeah.
So you're sharing your story with others because.
Basically, the struggles of a single father, pretty much. Um, like especially like black single fathers, we get a bad rep that we're bad deadbeat and we don't provide for our children and we do all these other negative things and
Yeah.
the whole thing that follows us. And basically, I'm trying to show that I'm stopping the negative stereotypes and basically show that there's a lot of us out here that do things a lot for children. And we go through a lot of struggles and we fight through a lot of red tape and all things that goes with it to make sure that our children are good. But sometimes you have obstacles along the way that basically lead you to feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I detail a lot of that in the book
Yeah.
because my whole personal life is detailed in this book. A lot of
Yeah.
things.
So, but the most important thing that you want people to know is what? What's the takeaway here?
Basically, no matter what you go through, no matter what adversity, you can always
Yeah.
survive and rise above all of that. Because I've been, it's like been there, done that. There's nothing that I've not been through.
Hmm.
Been there, immigrant, joined the military, um, doing successful shows, concerts, having 20, 30,000 people attending, the biggest names in reggae dancehall attending, getting in trouble,
Yeah.
getting locked up, going away to prison, coming back, still basically being there for my children, still doing successful
Yeah.
concerts afterwards. And no matter what, nobody can tell you can't do something. You can always rise above all the negative stereotypes and come out above. So I'm just here to tell people that as a single father, I've done so many things in my life. From basically nothing to something, nothing back to something. It's a roller
That's the
coaster,
ups and
but
downs, right?
yeah, the
Yeah.
ups and
And
downs. But I'm
you've been
still here,
through
though.
a
I'm
lot.
still here.
You've been through a lot, and we praise you, soldier. Thank you so much. How many children do you have?
I have four children, three boys, one girl.
And that's a heavy load. That's a lot of work right there.
It is,
One
especially because
one
my
is a
first
lot.
two sons. Yep,
Yeah,
it is. It is. Because my first two sons are with my first wife,
yeah.
and those the boys I fought to get back, and I basically raised them. And when I got in trouble and went away, I was forced to left them, and it was hard. It was really hard, but that's what kept me going when I was locked up. And I detail all that in the book. Prior to that, I was going around having a very successful life,
Yeah.
basically. You know, I was in a relationship with a very famous person who's actually in the headlines right now. I won't say who it is.
But
If you
she's in
want
your
to look,
book.
it's in the book.
She's in your book. You will find out. You don't have to say who she is. So all we have to
Yeah,
do is pick up your book, right? We'll find out that and a whole lot more.
pick up the book.
But I have to
See,
commend you
pick
because
up the book. It's right
you
here.
yeah. I'm going to get into that. But I have to commend you because you can't begin to take care of children until you can first begin to take care of yourself. When did you realize that when you were locked away?
It was tough because I even detail in the book it was so hard to write that part of my life
Yeah.
because I was very embarrassed. I was because I felt so stupid getting caught up in what I got caught up in. I was so naive. I was so trusting of people, and
Yeah.
but it learned me a lesson though. It taught me a big lesson that
You learned a
basically,
lot. You learned a whole lot.
yeah, I learned a lot. It is a lesson well learned. I tell you that much. I paid for it with a lot,
Yeah.
financially, mentally, spirit, everything within my life. I was like, it was the lowest of low I could have ever gone. I never thought I would even come back out on top. I was like, my life was over, but
Yeah. Did you think about writing that book while you were in prison?
no, no, never did. I never. The book was basically my publicist's idea because I was working with a rapper when I met him, Mr. Angelo Ellaby, and
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right.
yeah, and he told me, he said, "Why'd you write it?" I said, "Nobody wants to hear my story. Why? Why gotta do that?" And so said, so done. Here I am, because I pretty much listened to him. So
Yeah. And now everybody wants to pick the book up. How did you come up with the name? Prove them wrong. I mean, it makes sense, but
it was like in the book I detailed from my upbringing when my grandparents raised me.
yeah,
I always had to be proving something to somebody. For whatever reason, I don't even know why my life became like that.
yeah,
But it was a disappointment after disappointment. Like in the book, I talk about my first major disappointment when my grandmother disappointed me, and I had to like prove something to her. I proved something to my mom because my dad wasn't there. So that's why I
yeah.
had to like cut the cycle in regards to being there for my sons. Because prior to my 18th birthday, I saw my dad maybe 5 times,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
you know, and two out of those 5 times, he either was beating me or
Oh,
working me like a dog.
yeah,
So, and it was basically I had to make sure I take a stand and say, you know what, I'm not going to perpetuate this cycle, especially with the stereotype with black single fathers and all that. So
yeah.
I made sure I was there for my sons
Hey,
throughout all the tribulations I went through. I made sure I was there.
Andrew, you've been through a lot. What would you tell others? Because a lot of people have that same story, single parent, maybe some of the things that you spoke about, in and out of jail and all that stuff, and hitting the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, and coming back and taking care of their family. Standing up, being a man, and say, "This is my purpose in life. Really, this is what I have to
Yeah,
do." I have these children, and I have to take care of these children, and I have to, of course, make a living in order to do that. So you have the book out, you toured the world and everything. What advice would you give to a young person interested in getting involved in maybe becoming an artist, whether it be writing or singing or rapping on stage?
I'll give them the advice that my cousin gave to me, the one who actually initially I was telling to write this book, Sugar Minott. I will say this: be true to yourself and make sure you love what you do. If you get into the entertainment industry, make sure you truly love it, because it will certainly never always be glamorous. And if you don't truly love it, you're gonna start hating it, hating people, hating your life because you're gonna be like, why did I do this? I don't want, because if you're doing it for a different reason, make sure you truly love it and love what you do. And
Yep.
everything will fall into place. Because when I got that advice to make sure I love music before I got into it, I didn't understand what the question was. And then as soon as I got more, my cousin said, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Make sure you truly love this.
Yeah.
And I took his advice and I fell in love with music. And basically that's why everything seems so easier, not easy, easier going forward.
No, I hear you. Somebody once came to me and tapped on a microphone and said, you know what this is all about? You know what this is all about? And my dumbass at the time said, yes, a microphone, to myself. But
Yeah.
you come to find out later on, as you grow in the business and grow in life and become more passionate about what you want to do in life, that microphone means a whole lot. I mean,
A
you're
lot.
influencing and persuading people to move in a certain direction, and it goes bigger than that. We'll speak about that at another time. But yes, I see what you're saying. You stick to your craft and just go for it. Go all the way. You just got to be passionate about it and love it. I hear what you're
Yeah,
saying.
exactly.
Do I see a book tour on the horizon? What's going on with that? We're gonna come
Hey,
get a book signed somewhere.
yeah, I actually, when the book came out February 1st, I did a book launch signing in Miami,
Yeah.
in collaboration with Reggae Month, Inner Circle, and it was very successful. It was. I surprised myself actually. So with that, my publicist and I, we're setting up a tour. I also want to go to Jamaica, where it all started,
All
basically,
right.
to give back and talk to a lot of kids and, visit different, like prisons, homes, whatever it is I have to do. Because if I can inspire a few people, I'm good. That's the main objective. It's
And
about helping others too.
and what are you gonna name that tour?
Proven wrong tour.
There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. The Prove 'em Wrong tour.
Prove everybody wrong. Everybody that ever doubted you.
There you
Everybody
go.
who said you couldn't do something. You're gonna prove all them wrong. That, you know what, I can
Yeah.
do this. I can
Yeah.
rise above every obstacle and come out of it.
Yeah.
That's
Give me
what
the
makes.
website. Give me the website, social media, and everything, and I got a wrap.
Yeah, my website is www.anchorminott, my last name, anchorminott.com. And all my social media handles are Drew Minott. My Instagram at Drew Minott, my Twitter, my Facebook, everything is all Drew Minott.
Yeah. Andrew Minott, author. Prove 'em wrong, baby. Nice talking to you, all right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, we appreciate Andrew for joining us. Andrew, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. And, my house is your house. You're always welcome to come back and do it all over again. We'll take a quick break. We've got more coming up right here on Open.